Welcome to your web presence, designed by FallDev. In this video, we're going to go through a few of your online accounts to get a general sense of how to navigate and use them. Starting with your WordPress content management system on your website, go to your domain name, then add /wp-admin. Enter your username and password credentials. Once logged into your website's dashboard in WordPress, you can make edits to your website. Most of the edits that you can make, you don't really need to make. For example, post, portfolio, media, and pages are all set up for your website. If you'd like, you can change some of the views of the profile to a different aesthetic in the dashboard that you might prefer. And you can also change your email address associated with that profile and the password and other things. I have two profiles set up for you presently. One is the main admin, which I don't intend for you to use very often because it has all the functionality, most of which you really don't need to use. This one is the one that I intend to use most of the time. It has a much cleaner dashboard with just a few things that you might want or need to use on your WordPress site. Visit the site by clicking this area, and when logged into the dashboard, when you view your site, you'll see options just above it. If you'd like to make changes to your website, for example, as you're scrolling through you notice that you'd like to change one of the different quotes that you have available. That's easy to do. Click Edit Page right at the top. For the most part, everything about your website is already set up. It's a hands-off sort of a design. But in the case that you might want to do something with it, I have made it nice and easy for you, and even easier with Visual Composer. That is this view here. If you find yourself in the classic mode instead, switch it to the backend editor to use Visual Composer. Just like MailChimp and other drag-and-drop types of systems, you have a lot of the same symbols and ways of behaving. So, as we view this content area, which is called a content band in this version of Visual Composer, you'll notice how each content band correlates to what I often refer to as a content area. For example, this part here is a content area, or as it's referred in this version of Visual Composer, a content band. This is another content band. This is another content band. You can edit with the pencil icon, duplicate with this symbol, and you can also trash a content area or the content within that content area, or as it's called here, a content band. If you are going to make major edits to the website, let me know first. Perhaps we can have an examination of how it might affect your SEO ahead of time to make sure that everything runs right as rain. Here, as we hover over one of the quotes, the options appear where you can move it with this symbol, just the same as your MailChimp, and if you'd like to edit it, click that pencil icon to see this view right here, where just like your email or any other drag-and-drop editor, you can use the same sort of symbols. If you are going to copy and paste something from something like Microsoft Word, then paste it with the text view. That way it doesn't carry over the formatting and mess up the view. Here in the visual editor, if you're directly editing it right in, that might be the easiest thing to use. Click Save Changes in this view, and then once you've made all the edits for the page, make sure that you hit Update. If you'd like to take a look before they're actually saved, you can click Preview Changes. Straight from your website, we'll head to your Google Plus account. Clicking on this takes your visitors, as well as you, to your Google Plus profile, and because you will be a manager of this page, once your Gmail account is set up, you can click Manage this page. If you're not already logged in, you may have to do that to see that view. Here, it's directly tied to your Google My Business. So if you'd like to make edits to your My Business profile, which is what is seen in all sorts of Google searches, such as on Google Maps, the local business carousel, and others, you can make those changes here. To edit and post in the Google Plus page, simply hover over the view on the left and click Google Plus page. From this view, you can scroll down a bit, go to Posts, and make whatever sorts of posts you like. Heading back to Google My Business, once you have your Gmail, you can log directly in from here to your Google Analytics to see how your site is performing. Get a nice little trickle in there on your first day of launching the website. From here, there are all sorts of stats coming in from the traffic of your site that you can view, so really feel free to explore this. A quick note, here you have your audience, but you can also take a look at acquisition and behavior as well as other things. And in the overview of the acquisition, you'll see direct social referral, and pretty soon, once your site has been live a little bit longer, you'll be able to see organic searches and perhaps even the results of advertisements if you choose to use them. Once you log into your MailChimp account at MailChimp.com, you'll find yourself here in the dashboard. In the dashboard, you can view and create campaigns. You can take a look at the template that's been designed for you. You can take a look at the list of your email users, and you can also take a look at reports, the results of your emails. For this example, let's create a campaign. Create a regular old campaign. Do not create a plain text campaign. And an A/B split campaign is a little bit more complex, and you won't have any use for this. So, always just default to the regular old campaign. Send it to the entire list, and you'll notice that you've got a progress bar here on the bottom. Click Next. Name your campaign. This is for internal use only. Then, pick a good email subject. This should be an email subject that entices users to click, not something generic or hard sell. Then, once you're satisfied with that, you don't have to worry about the rest of these items, although you can go through them if you like. Click Next. Go to Saved Templates. Select the template that's been created for you. And from within here, as this points out, you can drag these blocks over to the left, where you have your different types of content. Hovering over this, just like your other view in WordPress, you can edit it, and that will show up here in the editor on the right. You can switch to the code view here if you want to simply paste in some text and strip it of the formatting, just the same as we discussed with your WordPress. And once you've made all the edits that you want to make in this particular area, go to Preview and Test, and you can either enter the preview mode or send a test email. In the preview mode, this is how it looks on the desktop. And this is how it's going to look on your mobile view. Exit out of this when you're all set. Click Next to go to the Confirm stage, or you can save and exit to anywhere in the MailChimp that you might like to go. From here at the dashboard, you can click on the list and add new people to it, and even see the reports of your campaign. Well, that's all for now, but if you'd like to learn more, let me know what you'd like to explore, and of course you can always call or email me at any time. À bientôt!